Well, I grew up in a small town called Rocky Ridge, Maryland. So I attended Catoctin High School, also known as one of the smaller schools in the county. Played field hockey for 4 years. I played basketball for 3, ran track and field for 2, and played tennis 1 year. That was because my boyfriend was on the tennis team, so I decided to play tennis instead of run track. I was introduced to the sport of field hockey a little bit in middle school by my middle school teachers. But when I got to high school, I had realized actually in 7th grade that I wanted to be a PE teacher. And that was after I realized that probably being Miss America was probably going to be out of the question. So knowing I wanted to be a PE teacher, I knew I wanted to play sports, and field hockey was the sport that I chose for the fall. And I was very fortunate to have a good coach, Lois Wassler, and she was very encouraging to everyone, to do their best. And a lot of us were just learning. So I got my start with that, and then I did go on to Frostburg State College at the time, and I played field hockey there for 4 years. I was very fortunate also in my senior year to attend the Southeast Tournament at Goucher College, and there I was recognized by those trying to pick an all-tournament team to be named to the Southeast All-Tournament team. And from there, I got to go play my first game on turf. That would have been in the fall of '77. I believe I'm here for 2 reasons. The first one, of course, was the field hockey officiating. But I also believe that I am here because of my teaching experience in Frederick County Public Schools for 37 years. I left Frostburg State College. I was the PE Major of the Year in 1978 and was fortunate enough to get hired at Linganore High School. And then I taught middle school at Newmarket Middle School and finished up my career at Oakdale Middle School. Decided that from that 7th grade time that it really wasn't all about just teaching the kids how to be the best athlete, because we all know that those athletes are probably few and far between to be the outstanding ones, but more to have a love of movement and a healthy lifestyle. Being in the schools, I was able to connect with especially the 8th graders and convince them that when they get to high school, they should probably look for something to do besides just going to class, and maybe one of those things would be to be involved in a sport, and let them know that that would take some summer training, and it would also be important for them to try many things, even if it's something that they might not like. We also invited in the coaches every year to come in and talk about the sport. So hopefully from working in middle schools, I was able to promote sports and athletics to all the students. And the biggest reward would be watching a 9th grade player come on the field, as on the JV team, and kind of look like a little lost lamb. And then by the time they're seniors, they might have been an all-star and been, going on to a Frederick County team or going on and played in college. And there was no greater reward to see that they had come that far and enjoyed the game of field hockey as much as I had through the years. When I started out, there were only 7 high schools in Frederick County, and the lady in charge, she was out of town a lot. So when I came on the scene, we had 6 officials, and we did both JV and varsity games. And because she was out of town a lot, the next year I became the coordinator and remained that for 39 years. As we went on, we ended up having, of course, 10 high schools here. We officiated for 8 high schools in Upper Montgomery County, and occasionally we went out to Hagerstown and officiated for St. James. I guess it was in the 90s. I hooked up with Debbie Phoebus and her camp. And when we had camp, it was really fun because kids came from all the different schools. While we taught them skills and strategies, we also taught them the rules and hopefully again taught them the love of the game. Out of those camps then came another idea, and that was because parents couldn't always understand the rules of the game, started doing rules clinics at the schools before the season would start. If you know anything about field hockey, you know that Debbie's had a big impact on field hockey, and she was always there to support the officials. And I say when I started taking over, and we started having a rules interpretation meeting and everything, I worked with Debbie so that we could get the coaches to also attend the rules interpretation meeting. It wasn't just for the officials. You know, if we both hear the same thing about the rules, then we teach the kids and we enforce the rules. They won't, they learn so much better and they enjoy the game so much better. When I received the call that I was being accepted into the Alvin Quinn Hall of Fame, some tears rolled and my heart rate elevated. It was a dream come true. I had been approached at different times by some other familiar names in this Hall of Fame, John Grimm and Jack Griffin, to fill out the forms, and I had never done that. So when my second opportunity came and Debbie asked me to do that, I said, I've got to do this. I know it makes my mother proud, even though she's not here to see me with this tonight, and also to have a dream and to do something so long. It just made it seem like it was all worthwhile.